Hi guys, Lemon here, and today I have some more water tanks action lined up for you with double T-54 replays, and I wanted to kind of showcase to you guys what the T-54 is like as a tank and how good it is as a tier 9 medium. I'm platooned up with KQ Crash in the Conqueror and Tiger 428 in the Centurion 7-1, and we're on the map Abbey. Now we can see that this matchup it's okay for this tank. It's quite nice. There's only 5 tier 9 heavy enemy tanks, and there's only 5 tier 9 tanks on our team. So there's a good opportunity for some good damage on this and experience from this game. So we all decide to head over on the western flank, spawning south on Abbey, and we can see that we have an ELC AMX, a Waffenträger Panzer IV, and a AMX 1375 coming with us to add some support. So when you get to tier 9 on the Russian mediums, you have essentially got two choices. There's this, the T-54, or there's the Object 430 Mark II, which is basically a rear-mounted version of the Object 430, the tier 10 version. Now we can see that AMX 5100 has essentially got himself into our base, or on the outskirts of our base. So I'm thinking to myself, right, I need to go back and defend it quickly. But we can see that our team is already doing a good job of defending themselves, and our Lorraine 15551 takes him out effectively. So I decide to turn back and come and help with this T-44 that has been spotted down the 2 line. Tiger in the Centurion 7-1, the British tier 9 medium. We decide to go and put some flanking shots into this T-44. We put a good shot into him on the move. We bounce his shot, we get around his side, reload, and what? How did that shot miss? That shot looked like it went straight through his tank. But, moving on, Tiger killed the T-44 with a comical ram and a nice shot at the end. So we know there's a Lorraine 40T been spotted up ahead, so I want to be cautious of him because he has got that devastating autoloader, and yep, there he is. Got a good shot of 331 into him, and we haven't quite got the gun depression to shoot him there, but luckily we bounced his shot. And we can see that he's now fallen down off the ridge, which gives us the opportunity to be more aggressive and move up. We can see an M103 has been spotted there. Get spotted for it. There we go. The M103 takes out our Amarak with his first shot. Although we do put a good shot of 306 into him. M103 takes our ALC AMX, but we put a low roll into him there, 289. This 100mm on the T-54 normally rolls for 320 average, with 201 mils of penetration without the piercing, or 330 with heat ammo. However, at the moment we don't need the heat ammo on the M103 as we have penned him out of 3 out of 4 times reliably. But generally when you're firing at tier 9, 10, 8, maybe 8, even 8 heavy tanks, you are going to need your heat ammo, as the AP ammo it's not really sustainable. Well, it can give you the odd lucky penetration, but it's not sustainable damage that we're getting. And we can just see that we've got a big shot put into us there by the ISU. And the M103 is looking straight at us, so we do not want to get hit by him. Now we can see that we are pinned down in this position at the moment, as Tiger in the Centurion is getting shot at when he goes around that corner, so he's kind of pinned there as well. So we're thinking to ourselves, okay, so what can we do to dig these guys out from their base? So I ping the map there to indicate to our T-34 that the ISU is there, and he's not probably not looking at him. So we need some spots on him if we're going to dig him out. Now I think we make a bad call here by saying that the Lorraine is by himself and there's not much around this corner. So Tiger's like, right, I'll go in and take the Lorraine out. You come in behind me. However, we can see that there's a lot more than just the Lorraine around that corner. Unfortunately, I couldn't get a shot onto the Lorraine because the hull of the Centurion was sticking out a bit and I must have hit his outer plate, which is unfortunate. But we can see we took a couple of bounces there from, was most likely an AP shell from the M44, which was nice. And our Waffenträger out of Panzer IV kill secures the M103. Now this game's looking quite comfortable at the moment. We're winning 11-7, and I haven't needed to fire any heat rounds at the moment, which is always nice. Now we can see the T-95 has been spotted. And oh no, our M44 and their M44 just took out our Waffenträger Panzer IV. That's not good. So here you can see me loading my first heat clip of the game to try and take out this T-95. And we can see that the ISU-152 has taken out our T-34, which is a bit of a shame, but it evens the scores up for the enemy team a bit more. And it's going to be very difficult to dig out these last 3 remaining tank destroyers and the single artillery. You see the ISU is advancing down the 8 line towards our base, but we have got an artillery and an AMX M445 down there protecting, and a T-44, so they shouldn't really be able to. The ISU shouldn't really be able to win that battle with its long reload. Although he does kill our AMX M4, which evens the scores up a bit. Now there's an SU-122-44, the tier 7 Russian premium tank destroyer, is coming up to try and ambush us. So we go round, put a good shot into him. He misses his shot, but right here is where I'm about to get artillery, and very lucky that I don't get killed by the SU-122. Now we can see that we have a fantastic repair crew on our T-54, which allows us to put the track back on before he can reload and fire and kill us. Looking back on this, I did get quite lucky that the M44 didn't kill us there, because we were showing our side. He had a clear shot on our side, so it's kind of lucky, but we're thankful and we can continue to fight again. Thankfully our T-44 took out the ISU-152 attacking our base, and he's now clear to make a run down there, down the 8 line, and see if he can dig out their artillery. Just going to speed the game up a bit while we wait for the action to resume. Oh, and there we can see the T-44 has found the artillery. Can he make a good hit on him? Yes he can put one in. Can he take him out? Yes he can. So good job by our T-44 there to take out the artillery without taking any hits himself. And now we can see the SU-122 is now falling back off the ridge. This gives me the opportunity to change the angle on the game and flank around the enemy. We have got to remember though that there is a T-95 on the enemy team, still on at 1175 hit points. So there's a lot of damage still on that T-95. So we can see here we're going back towards the middle really to see if we can dig out this T-95 or SU-122 effectively. And these bushes can be quite effective if you're going to be shooting up in the middle to the abbey during the beginning of the game, where all the scouts converge. However, oh, and there we can see we have the side of the T-95. We may not need our heat shells here, but it's just in case. It's to kind of secure the game. And there we can see we've set the T-95 on fire. He uses a fire extinguisher, and we set him on fire again for 7 damage, taking out the T-95 securely and effectively. And KQ crashing the Conqueror secures the kill on the SU-122-44, giving us a grand total of 3,110 damage with 1 kill. Okay, so this is the second replay of the T-54 compilation, and I am this time platooned up with Water War, who is also in the Conqueror, and we're on the map Cliff, in a 58% chance to win thanks to XVM. So this game is, well, by my standards, it's a much better game, and I think showcases what the T-54 is all about, which is how good its DPM is when it's given the opportunity to shoot at the flanks of tanks that have not got much armour, and when it is given the opportunity to just unload on a single tank. So my initial idea or plan was to get over to the little donut in the middle of the map, which is generally where the medium tanks go. And I figure that if I want to take out the T-54, that's a very good player on the enemy team, who is surprisingly going up to the lighthouse, or trying to go up to the lighthouse. Now, this is a really nice matchup for the T-54, where only 3 tier 9 tanks on the whole team, on both teams. So there's an opportunity, as in the other game, there's an opportunity for lots of damage in this game. And we can try and we see it, and it's a sneaky E25 that is trying to get up to the lighthouse, but we take him out with 2 effective shots. We can see that a T-34 down below has already been smacked several times by tanks that have been sitting down the 1-2 line. So that gives me a good indication that there may not be too much up here protecting the middle, because normally what happens on this map is you get a whole bunch of tank destroyers camping here, 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 and sometimes even over here. However, we can see that the enemy, most of the tier 8s, we can see that an IS-8 has already gone around the northern point of the lighthouse, and there we can see a KV-4 crossing the open field. So we bounced our first shot, so we decided to load our first heat shell of the game, because the KV-4 is a very, very strong tank. And there we put in a good shot into the side of the KV-4, albeit we may not have needed our heat shell there, but we want to know. That was an artillery shell that did not penetrate and only took off our tracks. So I was very, very lucky. That didn't do it. Rock me there. Very lucky. So I've got the side of the M103 there, and I'm now loading back the regular rounds, as the side of the M103 isn't exactly heavily armoured. Oh, we'll shoot the T-34 instead. We'll take that. So we're up to 1200 damage at the moment, with the scores level at 2-2. Put another good shot into the T-34 there. We can see that KV-4 is still looking at us. However, he is tracked at the side there, so we make sure he stays tracked. And this time we can get the kill on him. And the M103 and T-34 are still up there, so we decide to put another good shot into the M103, and artillery is spotted. So we put a nice shot there of 300 into him, and Waterwall gets his second kill by taking him out. We bounce our shot on the M103 there, so that hit his turret mantlet. So we load another heat shell. I'll put another good shot into him there. Taking our tally of damage so far in this game to 2,600. We put another shot into the M103 as well. And then we kill him as well. Now you can see the reload on the T-54 is astounding. I think off the top of my head it's something like 5-6 seconds, which is simply incredible for a gun that does 320 average damage, and at tier 9 that DPM is just incredible. There we can see we put another good shot into the T-54. Quite a nice high roll of 352. He's been left on 9 health. So we sit here waiting, is he going to come out? Yes he is. And we kill him as well. So we've just secured brothers in arms with our platoon, which is 3 kills apiece. However, there are still more. You can see an I-6 down there. Possibly one of the most difficult tanks this tank will have to penetrate at tier 8. However, it's no match for our heat rounds. And we get a very nice roll of 371. And that AMX M4 finishes him off. We then fire our final heat shell into the ISU and take him out. And that is the last damage I will do in this game, bringing my total of damage to 4,529 with 5 kills. And Waterwall with 4 kills, who absolutely dominated the middle, and also with 4,000 damage. Now there's just a mad rush to see who can kill this SC-152, and it was Waterwall who secures his 5th kill and the platoon's 10th kill of the game, which is almost a 2-man crucial contribution. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this little two-game compilation of the T-54, and I hope that it was some exciting game to watch, albeit it was not much. The first game was not really action-packed, it was kind of more tactical. However, I think the second game showcased just how good the T-54 is when it is given the sight of tanks to shoot at. Anyway, thanks you've been watching Roasted Lemon, and I hope you catch you guys later.